My name is Jonathan Pierce, and 5 years ago I was worth $47 million. I was the CEO of a tech company. I had mansions, luxury cars, private jets. I had everything money could buy. I believed success was measured by the size of your bank account. I believed wealth was the ultimate goal. I believed I had made it. But on February 12th, 2021, I died from a massive heart attack at age 42. And during the 13 minutes I was gone, angels appeared to me and showed me something that shattered everything I thought I knew about success. They showed me my bank account, my investments, my properties, all $47 million. And then they said four words that changed my life forever. This means absolutely nothing. What they revealed to me about wealth, eternity, and what truly matters will challenge everything you believe about money and success. Welcome to the Soul Gate, where we share real testimonies from people who have crossed the threshold between life and death and returned with messages that challenge what we think we know about life, success, and eternity. Today's testimony comes from Jonathan Pierce, a former millionaire CEO who learned the hard way that you can gain the whole world and still lose your soul. Subscribe and turn on notifications for powerful testimonies every Tuesday and Friday. This is Jonathan's story. I grew up middle class in Seattle, Washington. My parents worked hard, but we never had much. I watched them struggle with bills, stress about money, and work jobs they hated just to survive. From a young age, I told myself, I will never be poor. I will never struggle like my parents did. I will be rich. I was obsessed with success. I read every business book. I studied successful entrepreneurs. I worked 80-hour weeks while my friends were partying in college. At 25, I started my first tech company with two partners. We built an app that went viral. Within 3 years, we sold it for $12 million. I thought I had made it, but I wanted more. I started another company. This one was even bigger. By the time I was 35, I was worth $30 million. By 40, I crossed $47 million. I had everything: a penthouse in Manhattan, a beach house in Malibu, a collection of luxury cars. I flew first class everywhere. I wore $1,000 suits. But here's the truth. I was empty inside. I worked 100-hour weeks. I had no close friends. I was on my third marriage because I kept choosing work over relationships. I told myself, once I hit 50 million, I'll slow down. Once I hit 100 million, I'll retire and enjoy life. But that day never came. Because on February 12th, 2021, my heart gave out. I was in my office closing a major business deal. It was late at night. I was alone in the building. I felt a tightness in my chest. I thought it was just stress. I ignored it. But then the pain got worse. Sharp, crushing pain. I couldn't breathe. The next moment, I was standing outside my body. I could see myself lying on the office floor. My expensive suit, my Rolex watch, my leather briefcase. And I thought, this can't be happening. I'm too young. I have too much to do. I have too much money to die now. Then I felt a presence beside me. I turned and saw two beings of pure light. They were angels. I knew it instantly. One of them spoke, Jonathan Pierce. I said, yes, who are you? What's happening? The angel said, you have died, and we have been sent to show you something before you face judgment. I tried to reach for my phone to call for help, but my arm went numb. I collapsed on the floor of my office, surrounded by contracts, financial reports, and my laptop showing my bank account balance. The last thing I saw before everything went black was the number $47,328,492. And then I died. I panicked. Judgment? No, there must be a mistake. I'm a good person. I've donated to charity. I've created jobs. I've been successful. The angel didn't respond. Instead, he waved his hand, and suddenly I was standing in a vast room. In front of me was a massive screen, like a giant financial dashboard. And on it was my entire financial history, every dollar I had ever made, every investment, every property, every bank account, everything. The angel said, you spent your entire life building this. Now tell me, Jonathan, what is it worth? I looked at the numbers. $47 million. I said, "It's worth $47 million. I worked my whole life for this." The angel said, "No, let me show you what it's worth in eternity." He touched the screen and the numbers started changing. $47,328,492 became $0. I was confused. "What are you doing? That's my money." The second angel spoke. Luke 12:15 says, "Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." "You cannot take any of this with you, Jonathan." The first angel continued, "You spent 42 years chasing wealth. You sacrificed your family, your health, your relationships, your soul. And for what? Numbers on a screen that mean nothing the moment you die." I felt sick, but I worked so hard. I sacrificed so much. The angel said, "Yes, and what did you sacrifice? Let us show you." Suddenly I saw visions of my life, but not the business deals, not the success. I saw my first wife crying alone at night because I was always working. I saw the divorce papers I barely glanced at before signing because I was too busy with a conference call. I saw my children growing up without me. I had missed birthdays, school plays, graduations. I had chosen board meetings over bedtime stories. I saw my mother's funeral. I had left early to take a business call. I saw employees I had treated poorly, stepping on people to climb higher. I saw opportunities to help people that I ignored because it wasn't profitable. And then I saw something that broke me. I saw a homeless man on the street near my office. I walked past him every single day for 5 years. He asked me for help. I never once stopped. The angel said, Matthew 25:40 says, "Whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me." I started crying. I didn't know. I thought success meant wealth. I thought if I made enough money, I would be happy. The angel said, 1 Timothy 6:10 says, "The love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." You didn't just love money, Jonathan. You worshipped it. It became your God. I fell to my knees. What happens to me now? The angel said, "That depends. There is still time. You can go back. But if you do, everything must change." Then Jesus appeared. I saw him standing in front of me, looking at me with both love and sorrow. Jesus said, "Jonathan, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? You gained wealth, but you lost what matters." I wept. "I'm sorry, I was so blind. I wasted my life." Jesus said, "You still have a choice. Go back. Use your wealth to serve others. Use your influence to point people to me. Store up treasures in heaven, not on earth." He touched my forehead, and I felt warmth flood through me. And then I woke up. I gasped and opened my eyes. Paramedics were standing over me. I was in an ambulance. "Sir, you're very lucky. You had a massive heart attack. We almost lost you." But I wasn't thinking about luck. I was thinking about what I had just seen, about the angels, about Jesus, about my worthless bank account. When I recovered, the first thing I did was call my ex-wife and my children. I apologized for being absent. I asked for forgiveness. Then I did something that shocked everyone in the business world. I sold my company, I liquidated most of my assets, and I started giving my money away. I built homeless shelters, I funded orphanages, I started scholarship programs for underprivileged kids. I downsized from my penthouse to a modest apartment. I sold my luxury cars and drove a regular sedan. My business colleagues thought I had lost my mind. "Jonathan, what are you doing? You're throwing away everything you built." But I wasn't throwing it away. I was finally using it for something that mattered. I started going to church. I gave my life to Jesus Christ. And I began using my story to warn other successful people about the dangers of worshiping wealth. Today I live simply. I mentor young entrepreneurs and teach them that success isn't about money. It's about impact, purpose, and serving God. I still have financial resources, but now I see them as tools for God's kingdom, not trophies for my ego. And I'm happier now than I ever was when I had $47 million. If you're watching this and you're chasing wealth, chasing success, chasing the next promotion, the next pay raise, the next million. I want you to hear this. Money is not evil, but the love of money will destroy you. Jesus said in Matthew 6:19 to 21, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. You cannot take your bank account with you when you die, but you can send treasures ahead by investing in eternity. Use your wealth to help people. Use your success to point people to Jesus. Use your influence to make a difference, because one day you will stand before God, and He won't ask you how much money you made. He'll ask you what you did with what He gave you. Don't wait until you die to learn this lesson like I did." Jonathan Pierce's testimony is a powerful reminder that success on earth means nothing if we lose our souls in the process. If this testimony has impacted